So I got this old friend. I met in probably 90 at a place called the Daily Planet. It was on open mic night. I don't even know if eventually I would play there on Thursdays. But this was open mic, and this guy came in and he played this song, and I really liked it. And I tapped him on the shoulder and I said, I really like that song. And he said, don't ever touch me again. I hate it when people touch me. And I liked him right away. And we became very close friends and made up a lot of songs over the years, and I made up a few songs on some of my albums. And he's a gambler, main thing I suppose. Really good at it, really good at it. Went to Vietnam. I'd like to talk about that. But he's written some songs for some other people too. And then here's the reason why I'm telling the story is right before Christmas. Well, okay, so 15 years ago, I guess is when he stopped writing songs. His last publishing deal was with Sony Tree or something. It's just a job writing songs. He would write them for country singers. And he always wanted to have a number 1 hit song, and he always just got enough cuts, they call them, to have a life and sustain himself. But he never got to have a hit song, which he always wanted to be able to go back home and hear himself on the radio and all that. And eventually he was like, well, fuck that, you know, that's kind of like winning the lottery, really. And he stopped making up songs. He fell in love with Loretta Lynn's daughter, of all people. And they made a flower farm called Madison Creek Farms. And he hadn't picked up his guitar in a long time. They have a kid. And then right before Christmas, there's these shows, you know, the singing contests on TV? This one's called, hang on, give me a second. Blake Shelton, does that ring a bell? Yeah. The Voice. Okay, so my buddy's sitting at home with his wife and kid, they're jacking around right before Christmas, and they got the TV on in the background, and this guy comes on The Voice, and he sings this song, and my buddy's in the kitchen, and he's like, that's my fucking song. I wrote that. And he said as soon as he thought, well, I wrote that, the phone started ringing off the hook. It was like, hey, what the hell? I was like, I don't know, I haven't heard from these fucking people in 15 years. He calls me up and goes, hey man, you watching this fucking Voice thing? And I go, no. He goes, turn it over to The Voice. I turn it over to The Voice because I wrote that shit. I'm like, goddamn, I wonder how that happened. Amazing world it is. The next day I'm watching the CMT, and here's a video, same fucking song. This kid, he won the goddamn contest with the song. And then that Tuesday, 15 years after he retired, #1 song in the fucking world. Mark Marchetti is his name. Oldest friend I got. I don't know that song. Here's one we wrote together. You don't think I listen to fucking radio, dude? I had to get the TV out of the basement just to get the fucking view on. He is a bit of a reverend. One time when we saw Dan Penn play and we decided we wanted to make up a gospel song, I was like, tell anybody, ain't got nobody. Somebody's coming. Tell anybody who thinks they need money. Somebody come in. Tell everybody in the CIA. Something else I forget in the cake. Somebody coming is gonna change everything. Tell anybody, ain't got nobody. Somebody coming. friend in the whole world, Marquetti. He wasn't my closest friend in the world until his song went to #1. And he won't be anymore when it's not. It was winter time out in Nashville, down on Music City Road. I was looking for a place to get myself out of the cold. I was trying to fight the frozen feeling that was eating at my soul. Keep the chilly wind off my guitar. My thirsty wanted whiskey, my hungry needed beans. But it had been at least a month of payday since I'd heard that eagle scream. So with a pocket full of nothing and a head full of dreams, I checked my pride and I stepped inside of a bar. Well, I guess you'd more call it a tavern. Cigarette smoke to the ceiling, empty shadows. I could see there was just this one old man sitting there in the bar. And in the mirror I could see him checking me out and checking out my guitar. He said, "Come up here, kid. Show us what you are." I said, "Well, I'm dry." So he bought me a beer. He looked at my guitar. He said, "It's a rough life, isn't it?" I just looked at him. He said, "You ain't making no money, are you, boy?" I said, "Shit, you've been reading my mail." He said, "Let me see a guitar, boy. I got something you need to hear." And then he laid it on me. "If you waste your time talking to people who don't listen to the things that you are saying, who do you think's gonna hear? And if you should die explaining how the things that you've been complaining about are things you could be changing, hoping someone's gonna care." There was other lonely singers in this world of deaf and blind, run off for all them things they wanted to show. Their voices will be scattered in the swirling winds of time, 'cause the truth remains that no one wants to know. Well, that old man, he was a stranger, but I'd heard his song before, back when failure had me locked out on the wrong side of the door. And nobody stood beside me except for my shadow on the floor. I'll tell you something, loneliness is more than just a state of mind. The devil haunts the hungry man. And if you don't want to beat him, you gotta join him. I ain't saying I beat the devil, but I drank his beer for nothing.
Yeah.
And then I stole his fucking song.
Right.
And you still hear me singing to the people who don't listen to things that I am saying, praying someone's gonna hear. And I guess I'll die trying to figure out how the things that I'm complaining about are things I could be changing, hoping someone's gonna care. I was born a lonely singer and I'm about to die the same. I've got to feed this hunger in my soul. If I never have a nickel, I'll never die ashamed, 'cause I don't believe that no one wants to know. No, I don't believe that no one wants to know.